Hello and welcome back to a City Planner Plays, where we are building the City of Bluffside Crossing, a beautiful city with a population of roughly 3,500 on the side of a bluff that rests above a river. There's a couple river crossings, and it's at the where two interstates meet. So where we last left off, we had established the basic grid for our city, and we have our utilities figured out, so I'm going to start the simulation. We're in a good spot right now. We have an elementary school, a police station, fire station, nice main street. It's a very nice little community. We have two routes that we could take right now. Besides that, I'm going to proceed as is and continue to grow. Or I'm going to work with what we have and try to get some of these buildings to level up. Make it a nicer community to be in. Make sure that we don't have traffic problems. And I think that what we want to do is look at traffic and look at ways that we could improve our community first before we start growing more. I think we're going to zone these areas and get the city moving in the direction that's already been platted. Platting is a technical term for laying out land, so land division. So this would be similar to have already platting the lands. So because we've already done that, we might as well get this zoned. Usually that's what happens. People don't want to divide their land without understanding what's going to go there, having some amorphous use in the future. They want to know what's allowed there. We will leave areas for commercial activity within the neighborhoods. Considering that we don't really have a main street going down here, we will continue Main Street all the way down here, and maybe we'll call it that. Not Campbell Avenue, Main Street. There we go. So we got Main Street, and we've got these houses without power, and they'll get it soon enough. We got water there. Okay. All right, busy town. So, getting some policies, some buildings, some nicer streets, and some of the workshop content that I've added. Some larger, denser buildings, and some of the DLC content that I've got. So right off the bat, I can see that I can get the simulation going quickly. This is our main street, so let's have some pride. We're gonna make this a very attractive street. Make it a place that people want to be. And look at all of that pedestrian activity. And it's pedestrians that are walking to get to the industrial area right over here, walking into businesses. And if you're coming from over here at this house, that's a long walk. So let's take a look. Yeah, look at that. That is a lengthy trip. And it's probably one you're only making in a car. So let's see if we can improve that. So, I apologize, bear with me. It's been a little while since I played. I would like to make sure that we have pedestrian routes to get to different places. That did not work out as I intended. Maybe that's the best that we can do, unfortunately. So now we're at least providing options. So let's make this interesting. Now, one of the reasons I really enjoy having DLC is for things like this with trees. Maybe I can throw something interesting, maybe a rock feature, just to provide some visual interest. So that's one of the things that planners like to think about. On a pedestrian route in particular, is one of the things we do to encourage walking is to give people something to look at, and so I'm going to try to do that a little bit. Obviously not beautiful. I could do better. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm not a landscape architect. Another interesting career path, but not the one that I chose. Okay, so we at least have some opportunities for increased pedestrian behavior, pedestrian activity, not behavior, that sounds weird. So we've got this going. I think I want to look at policies. So I'm a planner. I think that everyone should walk and bike places. So I am going to encourage that. Let's encourage biking. This is also another policy that I'd enact. So ground pollution is really devastating early on in the game as well. It's devastating in real life. And remediating industrial waste, whether it's a gas station that's leaked with its pumps or a service station that's had cars dumping oil. It's incredibly expensive to remediate soil contamination, so I want to avoid that right off the bat by forcing them to not allow this to happen. So in real life, if you had soils like this, your Department of Natural Resources would come in, test the soil, and come up with a remediation plan. And that plan would include taking out all of the soil, digging it up, trucking it out, burying it, capping this land, putting new soils in, and allowing only certain uses to go in at that place that wouldn't contaminate it. So it's a process. So like I said, I want to keep this as real as I can, and part of that is going to be avoiding soil contamination as much as possible. So I'm just gonna have to accept some. It's the nature of industrial uses, unless it's like software or something. So now we finally have our transportation options, and there are a couple interesting things that we can think about here right off the bat, and should be thinking about early, and that is, how are we connecting our freight to other communities, and how are we making our connections to other communities generally. So unfortunately, 8,000 people are needed for trains, but we do have enough for buses. But there's a significant investment needed for that. One thing we do need is a post office. Every small city in America has a post office. Yeah, that's great. I really like this asset. They did a great job with it. Yeah, looks exactly like a post office. Yeah, it's in a good place. I'm glad we've got that there. So it's at this east-west road. Yeah, we're making a lot of money now. Maybe I'll slow this down. So let's see where we have deficiencies. So our elementary school capacity is bad now. We're over capacity. So let's place another one on the other side of the community. We have no high school. So let's get this relatively centrally located and serve both sides of town. I probably want to start thinking about a library. We're going to want that to be close again to the schools and the main street. Probably a little too soon to start thinking about universities. But certainly not too soon to start thinking about elderly care. So I'm going to turn this into a park shortly, so I think it would be great to allow elderly people to walk across the street to the park. Same with children. So I have 2 kids, and at one point in time, my kids were at a daycare where they were able to walk to the Capitol in our state, and it was a really nice experience for them and a beautiful location for that daycare. So let's do the same here. Let's put this daycare near a destination. So now we've got our healthcare figured out. Let's see. You know what can use some work. Well, no, death care is fine. Child care is fine. Elder care, good enough for now. Not great. Parks and plazas. One thing I mentioned earlier is that I wanted to find a pedestrian path down the hill from this neighborhood up here. So let's see if we can accomplish that. Unfortunately, we're probably going to have to go through this building. So I'm doing only, where only bikes are allowed. Let's do a pedestrian path. So I like to provide myself with a little bit more flexibility when I'm planning for these. I don't think anyone loves a grid path or for cycling or walking. So let's make it a little bit more interesting. Alright, so we've got a nice connection down. It's not too steep. I wouldn't necessarily want to be in a wheelchair right here, but we have mods. Let's see if we can fix this up. Good enough. Look at that. People are already using that. So I'd like to jazz this up a little bit more. So I don't want to use palm trees. This isn't this tropical place. It's a temperate map, so that'd be weird. How's this tree look? Oh, that's nice. So let's use prop line tool and line the side of the path. Everyone loves a shaded path. Let's go in reverse as well. So I am a little bit of a perfectionist sometimes. So sometimes you'll see me go back and try to fix some of this, and I apologize for that. It's just a bit of a personality quirk. Okay, well, why don't I do this? That tree's a part of that home. Well, that's okay. Now we've got this nice tree-lined path up from our neighborhood down to this other neighborhood and the industrial area. And we got people using it, so that's nice. So now that we have highways, we need to upgrade these. I'm going to use Traffic Manager to fix the lanes. And this should probably be in the base game, but it's okay that it's not. But it's a good mod though. I do like it. Okay. So still making a decent amount of money. So let's upgrade some of these. So I find this part of the game to be incredibly gratifying because what this is doing is giving us a sense of place and not just making it just a place that you drive through. It makes it a place you want to stop and enjoy. Look at that fire. I spend a lot of time doing this sort of thing. So, and look at this. Everyone's happy, and part of the reason that they're not as happy as they could be is we don't have any parks. So why don't we go ahead and make our big park? We can start out by painting our park area. Okay, there's our park area, Lake Park. Love it. Very, very fitting. So let's have our entrance right over here, right off the main street, the secondary entrance off from Elizabeth. Whoops, side gate. All right. Okay, so now we need to bring our fence around. Okay. I don't like the angle of this. Huh. This is kind of one of those tricky things, this angle. So if I can't get it right, I'll probably just move it in a little bit. But, alright, got it. I think that looks nice, so I'm happy with it. Another one of these angles. So this one's easier though. We got that final connection. So there is our park area. So I love trees, so we are going to try to make sure that all of our roads have, or our paths through here have trees. So I do a lot of bike and ped planning, and one of the things that always gets expressed to me is a desire to have multiple options for recreational routes, so that they are able to give people with different ability levels different options. So I'm going to make a longer route and a shorter route. And maybe just a picnicking area over here or something like that. So now we need to place some park amenities. This is a plaza. So we'll put that in the middle. A cafe, maybe have that near the main gate. Same thing with the restrooms. And obviously we'll have the info booth right up near the front gate. And now we're on to landscaping. So I think I want to start fresh here, which might seem weird, but just bear with me. Because this is a park area, it's I want kind of extensive control over the landscaping to demonstrate a sense of order in this place. I think that that sense of order is what makes some parks really special, because that order can simulate, interestingly enough, seclusion. So you kind of have that here. Let's pause this, finish this up, and then remedy our garbage problem that's starting to become an issue. Maybe it's time that we offer a more mature garbage processing solution for the community. So I really love this exterior perimeter of trees lining the outside. I think we're going to need to do more on the inside, but I think that right now we need to remedy some of these trash collection issues. Now, one of the mistakes I see a lot of beginner players make is that they will take 100% of their garbage collection and place it in the exact same area. And what that does is have all of these garbage trucks loading onto a substandard road all right next to each other, which is not a very efficient way of dealing with traffic. So I'm going to separate this from the other one. This has 15 garbage trucks a week, and keep this away from that other facility. And hopefully the proximity to where the garbage is actually accumulating will make this a much more efficient trip, and it'll collect garbage better. So let's get back to the park. So things are going good. So I want to lower the ticket price here and get people in the park. We need to start thinking about maintaining the park and how we're going to do that. So this is a really large building. It wouldn't fit into the character of a residential area. So while I'm concentrating all of my facilities down here, might as well move this one as well. Hopefully, because on an arterial with very few intersections, this won't have very many interferences with traffic and other facilities. So maybe we want to start placing some trees in here, and I want to place a little bit more decorative of a tree. I like that. Alright, so we'll put a decorative tree along the route from the gate. One right there as well. I never claim to be a parks planner, so please don't hold this design against me. I'm just trying to make this a little bit more attractive. But I do work with the parks planners, and they are really a talented group of people. Parks and Rec, this is really amazing. And then let's put some other trees in the center of the park. We'll do this a little bit more randomly to make it feel a little bit more natural. Give it a sense of being a little bit more natural anyway. Okay. I'm liking the look of this park. I would definitely go here. Hang out at a park bench and, you know, hang out with some friends or just people watch. I'd say that I'd go for a run, but I am not a runner. But my wife is, and I feel like she would even enjoy this. Yeah. That said, probably should have added a place for tossing a frisbee, but didn't do that. So let's rename this. And because Lake Park's pretty crazy, there's no lake here. How about Bluffside Park? All right, that is one nice park. So we're still having garbage issues, and I think one of the primary reasons for that is that this facility is not doing anything because it's full, which is not good. And this is full too. Alright. Well, I'm very reluctant to add another landfill. So, I think we're going to add a large recycling center. But there just aren't a lot of good options for placing this. Maybe just the smaller recycling center and start emptying this landfill. Like I said, I'm not a fan of landfills. They're a waste of space. You can't move them. But unfortunately, this means we're not going to be resolving our garbage problems in the short term, but we're going to have to deal with that. In the meantime, I guess these folks can deal with their garbage by escaping to the park. That's why we have such a nice park, to get away from the trash-filled lots. So let's take a look at our park. Is it upgrading? All right, 2 stars. So now we have a big chessboard, and I think I want to put this right in this, well, maybe in the center, if at all possible. That said, I've already got a good park established, and I'm not looking to destroy it, so if I can't fit this in, I just won't do it. Oop, but found a spot, got it, good. And knowing that these other things aren't going in this park, that makes it all the more important to get this chessboard in. Oh, what a great park. All right. Wow. What a big garbage problem. That is unfortunate. Everyone has trash in their yards, overflowing. The reality is when we are going to have garbage issues that lead to fire issues and ground pollution issues. So let's pause this landfill from emptying because we have some bigger issues to attend to. Like the reality that our garbage processing is not going well right now. We'll sim a little bit. Maybe this will help. I'm not feeling great. also not willing to simply give up. So I find the most compelling way to fix some of this stuff sometimes is just to expand a little bit more. So let's expand around the park. I really like this grid, so we'll just continue it. I think it's really interesting. I think it really works well. I don't like the way this is going. Let's give this another go. I don't want a dirty grid, so let's try to make this as consistent as we can. Eek. Even more messed up. I don't love this, but okay, I guess it's what we have. That's this is a problem with grid sometimes, is you can get weird stuff like this, and we talk about this in my office. If you get creative with land divisions, it can be really problematic because you're creating parcels that just don't work to do things in. So you have these weird shaped irregular parcels that are difficult to develop. So we try to avoid this particular situation if at ever possible, because you end up with irregular lots that can't be developed to their highest and best use. So unfortunately, that's kind of where we are with this, so we will just live with it. Well, we're not just going to live with it, we're going to double down on it. So let's have our main drag continue. Oh no, hold on. Let's give something else a go. And in the future, it will be a lovely situation that you will think I've always planned for. Okay, and we have managed to make a grid that works. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn close, and I think it looks legit. All right. We have no idea how long it'll actually be until we expand out, so temporarily I'm going to loop this road back around and get some utilities connected out here. So we are all connected up, and our water pipes are under the road where they belong. Perfect. Now we will zone. Ooh, see some ugly things here. Let's fix some of these things up. This is one of the pitfalls of continually modifying what you're doing, is that you're going to find areas that are inconsistent with what you're currently doing because you've changed directions over time. That's okay. Okay. All right, well, I think that we've done a good job of checking out our needs for the community and fulfilling them. We don't have any of the pre-built parks, and we might want to add those in the next video. But we do have a library, we do have schools, we do have a city park, we have pedestrian paths and ways to get to different places by alternative modes of transportation. And as we wait, it looks like our garbage problem is resolving itself. So although there are issues, things are getting better with time. So I think this is where we're going to end it for today. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please consider hitting the like button. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. And hit the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I release new videos. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye.